In the following video, the aunties invented a laughing exercise. A group of people gathered together and laughed heartily. Inhale, laugh, ha 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 ha. This aunt exercises by laughing alone in the park. The person shooting the video introduced. This aunt exercises with this kind of laughter every day, laughing heartily and joyfully. In Panjin, Liaoning Province, a group of uncles and aunties gather in the park to laugh heartily, reportedly for health benefits. Ha 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 ha. Many netizens express that it is really scary. Do they all win the lottery? Here, uncles and aunties are doing hang-style exercise for cervical spine. Chinese people exclaimed. Park fitness is full of tricks. There are the uncles and aunties in Shenyang exercising by hanging on trees. They hang their heads up, swinging and swaying along with the ropes. It looks very peculiar. According to Chinese media reports, the attraction device hanging on the tree was independently developed by 57-year-old Grandpa Sun and has obtained national patents. Grandpa Sun said that this exercise can utilize traction principle to repair cervical spine problems and improve neck and shoulder discomfort. He also said that people from far away come here by plane to experience it. The grandpa in this video confidently emphasizes only benefits, no harm. Some said, fortunately, this is daytime exercise. It would definitely scare people at night. Someone even wrote a humorous poem about it. Old vines, old trees, full of uncles and aunties, sometimes two, sometimes three. Some people questioned, what if some accident really happened? Does a park have to take responsibility? This auntie is also very impressive. She hangs on the fitness equipment, spinning continuously and making various movements, as if she's about to fly into the sky. Some people joked, Auntie, I'm ashamed. Even I, a 30-year-old guy, can't do this kind of high difficulty. In this video, several aunties stand in a row, rhythmically patting each other's backs. Some sighed, in this is the life of me and my sisters in our old age. There are two uncles demonstrating fancy ways of going downstairs. One is rapidly descending the stairs backwards and the other is rapidly climbing down the stairs forwards. Some said, although it looks impressive, it's too dangerous. Absolutely do not imitate. In this video, the uncles are practicing the legendary iron head skill, hitting their head against poles in the park. Some curious people said, was this uncle a woodpecker in his past life? Won't they get concussions? Or can it prevent dementia in old age? Some also believe that this is damaging public facilities. This uncle is participating the one-finger divine skill against a tree, continuously poking the tree with both hands, creating two deep pits. One can't help but ask, Uncle, you seem happy, but what crime did this tree commit to deserve this? This uncle from Liaoning is hanging on a tree and performing a suspended walk with his feet. People express that this pose would definitely scare people if it were nighttime. This grandpa from Weihui, Henan Province, has a crazy way of exercising. He hangs upside down on a tree. According to the old man's daughter, the old man used to suffer from severe shoulder periarthritis, so he invented this exercise method for himself and has been persisting with it ever since. However, the person filming said that when he saw the scene earlier in the morning, he was startled. He thought that the old man's way of exercising was unique, so he filmed it. Of course, the aunties are equally impressive. In this video, the auntie easily bent an 80-kilogram arm strength bar. You can see the auntie exercising while saying, it's been a long time since I've been so high profile, let's be eye-catchy for a while. This auntie is swiftly moving her legs and feet on the fitness equipment. People call it the auntie's foot whirlwind. This 60s auntie is doing a reverse big loop on the horizontal bar. Chinese people commented that doing this exercise at this age and in reverse is too dangerous and is not recommended. These two aunties are on the horizontal bar doing a double windmill exercise. You can see them hooking each other's legs and then starting to rotate quickly. Don't know if they feel dizzy, but the viewers might. This auntie from Chongqing takes a horizontal bar to new heights. You can see her hanging on the horizontal bar, spinning her body quickly. This move shocked passersby. Some people joked even a fully automatic washing machine can't spin as naturally. However, although these hardcore exercises by Chinese uncles and aunties look very impressive, there are also great safety hazards. According to a report from Sina in 2021, Mr. Liu, a man in his 60s, from her being exercised by hitting trees to keep fit. As a result, he was admitted to the hospital due to a persistent high fever, and it was found upon examination that he had sepsis. Doctors said that the old man's excessive falls caused damage to the skin barrier, allowing bacteria to enter the body. Similar, Miss Zhuang, a 75-year-old from Changzhou, spends 10 minutes a day hitting trees to relieve back pain. This auntie dressed herself as an ancient emperor's concubine, spinning and dancing by the water for exercise. It seems like she was having a lot of fun, but because she got too into it, she ended up dizzy and fell into the water. The people around quickly rushed to her rescue. In this video, several aunties were stretching using a stone railing, but unexpectedly the railing suddenly broke and fell on one of them. The people around were also startled and quickly went to inquire about her condition. Some people joked, the auntie must be a master with great skills. Some also said, is it a matter of strength or quality? Can someone give me an answer? Of course, when it comes to the fancy exercise methods of Chinese uncles and aunties, we have to mention their originator, square dancing, also known as square fitness dance. It is a type of rhythmic dance performed by Chinese people for fitness purposes in open spaces such as squares and courtyards. It typically uses music mixed with popular folk songs and pop music and often dance without props, although some may choose to. In mainland China, square dancing is very common regardless of region. Participants are mostly middle-aged and elderly people who have experienced the Cultural Revolution, and many of them are women, hence they are nicknamed square dancing aunties. In China, wherever there is open spaces or a square, you can see a group of aunties actively dancing for exercise. However, due to high decibel music in square dancing, locals often oppose in residential areas, leading to frequent conflicts. In this video, while the aunties was energetically dancing with a high-power sound system, the upstairs residents couldn't bear it anymore and directly threw feces down. One representative of the square dancers complained, "Feces, accompanied by that mud, splashed down, the whole park stank. Feces were on our heads and clothes." Another victim, auntie, also said, "I saw feces everywhere on my shoes, it was splattered on me, disgusting, isn't it?" Another auntie expressed her grievances. "It scared us from dancing, from exercising." However, although the aunties felt very aggrieved, many Chinese people cheered. People left comments such as, "Well done, good job, I even laughed out loud." Some also said, "Square dancing aunties are too unethical. Don't they know people work during the day? Don't children go to school? Exercising by dancing is good, but shouldn't there be a sense of timing?" In this video, similarly, an auntie was hit by ink because her square dancing disturbed the piece. As they couldn't dodge in time, they were covered in paint. The auntie in blue clothes complained helplessly. "We were stunned all of a sudden and didn't see anything, and then I saw her. Our faces and bodies were covered in ink. We saw ink all over the ground. Our eyes, mouths were full of ink. We spat out a lot from our mouths." Some commented, "Maybe someone couldn't bear it anymore." Some said, "Forgive me for laughing." Others said, "I wonder how it was poured. My mom's neighborhood has been disturbed by square dancing for more than a decade." These comments show that people are accumulated a lot of anger towards square dancing. Of course, to combat square dancing aunties, people have come up with more ways. In this video, someone bought a distributor and disrupted the sound equipment of the square dancing aunties. Suddenly, the music stopped while the aunties were happily dancing, leaving them all confused and stopped dancing at once.
Peace at last. One wave of old ladies, two waves of old ladies, and the third wave, over there, all collectively stopped. Finally, some peace and quiet in the world.
In the scene, after the urban management failed to persuade the square dance aunties to leave, they started dancing themselves, leaving the aunties bewildered while they stood by and watched. A young man directly used the auntie argument style against the square dance aunties. Look, very funny. I'll beat you up.
Back off.
I'll beat you up.
Back off.
This basketball playing guy directly brought out a loudspeaker and competed with the auntie's music to see whose sound was louder. As soon as the guy turned on the loudspeaker, the dancing aunties were instantly dumbfounded. The guy laughed as he walked away with the loud, ghostly sound. It's just comedy everywhere. Seeing this, you might think, wow, retirement life for Chinese elders is so eventful with square dancing and all sorts of hardcore fitness skills. But in fact, not all elderly people are like this. In this video, you can see an elderly person selling vegetables by the roadside, occasionally looking enviously at several peers who are square dancing. Some sighed, same place, two different lives. One person summed it up. This is the difference between having a pension and not having one. Indeed, in rural China, elderly people in their 70s and 80s still have to work hard in the field for survival. Comparing urban elderly people with rural elderly people is like two different worlds, one that isn't explained. If my grandpa had a pension, he wouldn't have to work so hard in the fields. In the mountains, an old grandmother in her 80s still farms while her children works outside, which is heartbreaking to see. This is a real life of elderly people in rural China. They represent all the farmers who have no social security. Seeing this, you might wonder, don't Chinese farmers have any social security? Does the government do nothing? Of course not. The Chinese government has always been working hard to create a happy life for farmers. At the year's National People's Congress in March, Chinese Premier Li Qiang proposed in the government work report to implement a national strategy to address population aging. Specific measures include raising the minimum monthly basic old age pension for urban and rural residents by 20 yuan, about $2.80 USD. Huang Shouhong, head of the drafting group of the government work report and director of the China State Council Research Office, said at a press conference that raising the minimum basic old age pension for urban and rural residents by 20 yuan is a significant increase of 19.4%. China has 170 million elderly people receiving this pension insurance. Having said that, it is necessary to understand China's pension system, which are mainly three types: the civil servant system, the enterprise employee system, and the urban and rural resident system, which include farmers. Among them, civil servants receive the highest, followed by enterprise employees, and urban and rural residents receive the lowest, which is the basic old age pension mentioned earlier. According to Huang Shouhong, the minimum old age pension for urban and rural residents in China was originally only 103 yuan, about $14.30 USD per month. Subsequently, Chinese officials media used the headline "Significant Increase in Urban and Rural Residents' Pension." This drew wild ridicule. Independent commentator Cai Shenkun posted on X platform on March 9th, saying that increasing the basic old age pension by 20 yuan per month is more of an insult than a favor to farmers. The CCP spends over $139 billion on maintaining stability every year, and military spending this year exceeds $223 billion. But for 170 million low-income people, they only add 20 yuan. How can such stinginess be justified? Speaking of this, we have to talk about the privileged class of the CCP again. A retirement benefit breakdown circulated online, allegedly belonging to former Chinese Minister of Commerce Zheng Tuobing, showed monthly pension of 1,404 USD, living allowance of 3,509 USD, self-employment fee of 487 USD, retirement subsidy of 1,366 USD, as well as miscellaneous allowances for books, laundry, living in Beijing, telephone, and shuttle bus totaling 6,859 USD per month. It's worth noting that retirement benefits for high-ranking Chinese officials fall outside the three pension systems mentioned earlier, and the privileged class enjoys other special treatment. In addition to cash income, retired high-ranking officials receive various benefits not reflected in their paychecks. Chinese media observation of military affairs previously unveiled the detailed retirement benefits for high-ranking Chinese officials in 2015. It reveals astonishing perks for retired provincial and ministerial level officials, including dedicated drivers, security personnel, medical care, and luxury travel. The higher the rank, the more lavish the treatment. These information sparked public outcry. The article also disclosed that in addition to mentioned benefits, retired provincial and ministerial level officials receive an average annual allowance of around 160,000 USD, while retired deputy level officials receive nearly 130,000 USD annually, excluding pensions and ranked related expenses. It further stated that there are a total of 3,742 retired provincial and ministerial level officials and 27,435 retired deputy provincial and ministerial level officials in China, many of whom reside in scenic areas such as Zhuhai, Shenzhen, Shanghai, Suzhou, and Hangzhou. Guangdong Province also alone spends over 156 million USD annually on car expenses for retired deputy provincial and ministerial level officials. In 2013, Hong Kong's Trends magazine also revealed that the retirement expenses for retired officials at the Politburo level amounted to an average of 76,000 USD per person in 2004 if converted at the then exchange rate, while expenses for Politburo Standing Committee level officials average 3.3 million USD per person, with an even higher figure for the 12 retired leaders led by Jiang Zemin, the former CCP General Secretary. Compared to the meager monthly pensions of ordinary citizens, these benefits are beyond comprehension. Seeing this, you may understand why the survival of the ordinary people in China is so difficult.